The fuck? I thought my shit was charging. Damn. This shit is dead. I thought this shit was charging. I guess it wasn't. But yeah, let me wait for a few people to come in the room. I probably should have changed the title. I don't want to say I'm taking a break off YouTube. So I don't know. I might change the title when I'm done. But I am gonna be privating a lot of my videos. I just don't feel like doing all that shit. It's hella retarded and it's annoying. So yeah, I'm gonna be privating a lot of my videos. Not all of them, just most of them. I'm gonna be privating them, and I'm gonna be I'm gonna be just me. I'm not gonna be taking a break. I might take a break. I don't know. Like I'm gonna be switching up a lot of shit because I'm looking at this. I'm like, where the fuck is this going? Like, what's the meaning of all? Where's the means to an end to this shit? Like, I'm not gonna sit here just making videos about dumb shit because, to be honest, most of my channel on here was just me doing this for entertainment, solely for me, and I'm trying to actually bring something in to the table. And I'm not trying to help everybody. I'm not trying to save the world. I'm not trying to help everyone. I'm not trying to do any of that. I don't care to do any of that, and that's not my prerogative to do any of that. But I'm just trying to do me, and anybody who can relate, then you can relate. Because one of my problems was, and this could be a flaw, is being too deep, thinking everything is so deep, thinking everything is just so equilibrium, and everything is just, that's not how life is. Well, life could be however the fuck you want it to, but that's not how my life is. So what? Because once you get into that, everything is just whatever, and nothing matters, and it's like some black pill shit. Nothing matters, and everything is just equilibrium, and it's all balance. And when you do that shit, and when I people who speak like that black pill ideology, those people are stagnant. They're not really doing shit, and there's no point in like what's the meaning then? Like if that's the case, what's the meaning? So I'm trying to actually bring something on my channel, do something for me. And like it's not even about I'm trying to make this channel something. I'm just I'm just gonna start doing, being more expressive of what I need to be doing, what I'm not need to be doing, what I'm doing, because I don't need to be doing shit. What I'm doing, and then from that, hopefully it resonates with a lot of people. But I already know like a lot of motherfuckers like, because I don't really, I'm done. Like if you're not into self-help healing and just real shit and doing shit, then get the fuck off my page. If you're just trying to hear me rant and just talk a bunch of bullshit, get the fuck off my page. Like that's one thing I'm not trying to attract people who just want to hear. Like I'm not preaching to no crowd. This ain't no church or um we're all in church. Oh Jesus and all this and preaching to the choir. You know how those niggas they preach to the choir like, oh Jesus Christ is the Savior, and then you got people in the choir like they just bowing down and jumping and hollering and they have the Holy Ghost spirit on it. I'm not trying to be that type of shit. Like what's the point? Like I'm just trying to be on some real shit. So this is probably my last video for a minute. I just want to let you guys know. Yeah. Probably not even for me. Like I said, I don't even know if I'm gonna be making videos, but I'm just gonna be switching up my content. But like at the same time, if I don't have nothing to really make a video on, I'm not gonna just come up on here just start ranting. That's one thing I'm not doing. Because most of those rants I was doing really wasn't. That was just me just speaking out of emotion. That's really what it was, and I'm not in that vibe no more. So there's no reason for me to be just speaking all this bullshit. Like I'm looking at my videos and shit. Like don't get me wrong, I was speaking some real information, but like how I brought it on and just like what's the point of it? Like there's no point of it. And It's just, what's the meaning? Like, like? And I'm not saying like you have to do like I have to do. I don't got to do a damn thing for anyone, but I just don't feel right, and I don't want to do that. So therefore, that's why I'm not fucking doing it. So everything is back by I just don't want to fucking do that shit no more. Has nothing to do with what I think is right. I don't look at no blueprint for any motherfucker. Ain't nobody has no blueprint how to live my fucking life. That's one thing I don't do. Like that's another thing. Like I'm realizing, like you know how you have dumb motherfuckers and you have people that are too deep. Sometimes you just need to get the fuck away from both of that shit and then go within yourself and realize certain shit because, like, you need to. There's no criteria. There's no blueprint for how to live my life. And when you live your life on your own terms, that's when you get the most results. Is what I'm seeing. And it's not to say that what you're not doing or doing, everyone needs to do or not do. It's just you're a different individual. Because that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't even know where the fuck I'm gonna really even take this channel, to be honest. Because I don't want to be on this bitch just talking just bullshit. Because we all know the government ain't shit. Everybody knows that. Like, it ain't nobody, it's 2025. Nobody's waking up no more. That's another thing you guys gotta understand. Nobody's waking up. Everybody's either stuck in their shit or they're getting along with the program. There's no in between, or there's nobody out there who just is oblivious, who needs to know, other than maybe some children, some fucking adolescents and toddlers or some shit. Which, at that point, right now, they're fucked. Most of them, because most of their parents are retarded. Like a lot of Gen Z and millennials that are my age, most of them are retarded as fuck. So they're the ones who are mainly raising up kids. So a lot of kids are pretty much done for because they have a lot of retarded ass parents raising them. This is why a lot of the Gen Alpha, they don't have respect for a lot of adults, because the adults now aren't even really adults for the most part. Like, adults now are like pretty much looked upon by Gen Alpha as peers. That's why they don't have no respect. And that's really what it is. So at this point, it's I don't want to say it's a lose-lose for everyone, but if you don't have a strong mind and spirit, it's a lose-lose for you. And a lot of kids are in danger of not having a strong spirit because they have a lot of retarded parents. When you can't even move out and do anything or be free unless you're 18. So a lot of kids, they have to get certain things. They have to watch certain programs. They have to go to church because the dumbass parent thinks they know better. So on that level, a lot of kids are fucked. But as a grown individual, which a lot of you, most of you guys who watch my channel are, if you haven't gotten it right now, you haven't gotten it. It's done for you. It's a wrap for you. And so, and it's yeah, it just that's how it is. It's like, if you haven't gotten it, you haven't gotten it. Just I don't know how to explain it anymore. So like everything I'm saying on my channel, it just seemed like it's just rhetoric. It's retarded. Nothing's really. And don't get me wrong, there are some people that are speaking some shit, some real shit. And that's another thing. Like, why you can't, because everyone has their own path, doing their own shit. So I don't sit there and judge anyone for doing what the fuck they gotta do. But at the same time, like, I'm at a stage right now that, because like, even though you guys see that I look young, I'm like, I'm not young, so I don't have time for no bullshit. Like, I may look young, but I'm not. I'm not really that young. I'm not old. I don't even say I'm old. I feel young. That's why I look young. But at the same time, like, where my age is at, I don't have time for bullshit. So when I see people that are on some bullshit, it's like, don't even get that shit around me, because this shit ain't sweet. I mean, this ain't no club. This ain't some old coming rule. Chauncey made a video talking about this and that. And like, I don't have time for that bullshit. Don't get me wrong. I fuck with people who watch my channel and shit. It just, anybody who isn't doing shit. Like shout out to Jay Vass. He's doing shit. Like how he's in the military. He's doing, even though fuck the military. I don't give a fuck about that. But the thing is though, he doing this shit like out in the field doing shit. A lot of people out here I see doing shit out in the field. Like a lot of motherfuckers out here, they're not really doing shit. And that's the shit that irritates the fuck out of me. People who aren't doing shit. And like, they just sit there and think that everything is all sweet and everything. Like, nah, fuck that. Like, I'm just tired of this fucking shit. And I'm tired of society, really. And it's just, people are just dumb. Like, it's really ridiculous. Like when I say, even when I see like, I don't even, like I said, I don't want to get into that low frequency on my channel. Motherfuckers be on drinking beer. Yeah, to be honest, ain't nothing wrong with drinking beer. The only reason I don't drink beer because I have health issues that I cannot drink beer. Like, I, beer isn't good for me. I used to drink all the time, and that shit caused problems for me. If it wasn't for certain things and certain places I'm trying to reach in life, I'll be drinking beer. Nothing wrong with getting high drinking beer. Ain't nothing wrong with doing whatever, having fun. It's just you gotta know when it's not time for you to do it. Like right now, it ain't time for me to do it. Anybody who's around me that's trying to do that, get the fuck away from me. But I'm not saying nobody should do that. I'm not saying nobody should do that. There's nothing wrong with really anything, to be honest. It just depends on the individual. Like me, I'm into healing, fasting. I'm into taking care of my health. I'm into yoga, qigong. Some people are not into it, and who gives a fuck? Like that's what I'm saying. If you're not into it, don't even be around me. It's not a situation of, oh, I'm not into it. We can be as no. If you're not into it, get the fuck away from me. That's what it is. Not, oh, we can agree to disagree. No, I don't have time for that bullshit. Like, no, if you're not into what I'm into, get the fuck away from me. Why are you around me? That's pretty much how you guys be in this new shit. If anybody ain't doing what you're doing, get them the fuck away from you. And I'm not saying be disrespectful or be done. That's the like you don't want to. There's no point in being disrespectful. You ain't getting paid for it. You ain't getting spiritual energy from it. So there's no point in being disrespectful. But at the same time, like you don't want to be around people who aren't doing what you're doing. Like plain and simple. And only you know what you can and can't be doing. No one can tell you shit. This is why you don't even watch my videos and be like, oh, I need to start taking care of my health because Chauncey wants to. Don't do that shit. Are you meant to be doing what I'm doing? And like, at the end of the day, everyone needs to really be taking care of their health. At the end of the day, if I chop your fucking hands off, nigga, that's a health issue. If I fucking like slap you upside the head, that could be a healthy, like everyone, we all have a body, so obviously we want to like take precautions, but don't just look at somebody and say, oh, this is what this person doing, this is what I need to do. Like, what do you need to be doing that? I'm getting energy from going outside walking. Shit is crazy. Yeah, that's what I've been doing too, like being outside a lot. That's another thing. Like I used to be like on social media a lot, like back in like I'll say like 2018 prior to 2022. I used to be on social media a lot. And when I was on social media, I used to think I enjoyed it. I used to like play certain video games. I used to get high and eat certain things and do certain low vibration. I don't even want to say low vibration. I just used to do fuck it, low vibrational shit. I used to do low vibrational shit, and I used to enjoy it. But I realized that isn't me because the more you work on yourself, and the more you come into alignment, you just release negative density and your mind changes. Those things aren't enjoyable no more. So it's like those things was like a drug. It's like, when you do a drug and you're high, but then you quit the drug and you're not addicted to it, and then you take the drug again, the drug doesn't make you feel good. That's how it was. So like a lot of things I was doing, I thought it was feeling good and it was good for me. But then I realized this shit ain't fun. And then things that I used to not like, I used to like. Like a lot of people say, oh, I don't like being outside or I don't like walking. That's because being outside and walking makes them feel miserable. So when you see a Buddhist monk that's in a cave and he's meditating all day, somebody said that's not no way to live. That's stupid. No, that's stupid for you. Because if you did that, you would hate it. But when if you were in his body and had his mind and you were meditating in that cave, you'll be having the time of your life, and that's something that your spirit enjoys. So speak for yourself. Everybody is different. There's not all one thing. There's no blueprint on how to live this shit. That's why I said only watch my videos and do what I'm doing if it resonates and it's something that's helping you. Don't just sit here and watch this information because you say, oh, I think he's smart, so I'm gonna do what this person does. That's one way to get your ass stagnated, because the person who you're copying, they're gonna be ahead, and everybody who's doing what they're doing, they're gonna be ahead. The only person who's gonna be stagnated is you, because you're doing something that you're not meant to be doing. You see what I'm saying? Like there was this one individual that I was watching this nigga Dolo's live stream and shit. And it was a dude, he came on the live stream and this nigga was talking about how he was like a mentor and he was teaching people how to heal himself. And then Dolo was like, you're not teaching people how to heal because you're just teaching people how to get over your emotional self. And he had a point in a way, and I agree with it in a little bit. And the other dude had a point, but then you'll have people in the comments laughing at the dude like he's doing something wrong because he's like, oh, he's not a real teacher. Dolo's a real teacher. Or this person's lesser. And it's like at the end of the day, nigga, like you know, two people that are successful, the dude who's a mentor and Dolo doing his shit. He's doing his shit, what he's supposed to be doing and what's working for him. The things in his life he's doing. The dude who's the mentor who came on his page, he's helping and he's doing what he's doing. The person who's a bum who ain't doing shit is the motherfucker sitting here on the sideline just judging, looking like, oh, this person, he ain't like, you see what I'm saying? Like you got to look at it from a perspective. Somebody who's out there in the field, like this is what I'm saying. Like you gotta know. Like there's this one brother I know, like this, I'm not gonna say his name, but this one brother, he's into breatharianism. And even though his consciousness isn't that high, the actions he's doing, like he about to open a breatharian product center. This one nigga, he's in New Mexico. I spoke to him. He has his own fucking like reserve where he grows food and everything. These people really aren't consciously as deep, but they're getting shit done. And then, but me, I used to look at these individuals like, oh, they ain't doing shit because they're not deep. They're not deep. But it's like at the end of the day, what they're doing is something like it's the actions. It's not about just being deep. Because even when you're deep, what are you doing with it? And even though it's easier to get deep than it is to actually obtain certain shit like self development. Like you could always get to level A, get to level C with a certain level. You could always go deep anytime you want. But at the same time, there's certain opportunities you will miss and you won't even really get if you don't get those opportunities. Anybody can just go deep. Just watch a bunch of YouTube videos and just realize some shit for yourself. You can go deep. But then certain opportunities and things in life that take self-development and growth, those things may come in certain seasons and you may miss it because you're thinking that I need to be deeper, I need to be this, or you're looking at oh, this person, he's a bot because, or this person's stupid, but while that person's a bot, he may be stupid. They're getting more shit done on a soul level. And then you're just sitting here thinking how deep you are, not actually really doing shit, but thinking how deep it is. And then you may even look at them and be like, oh, what they're doing isn't important. They're playing into the matrix system or whatever, which fuck the matrix, fuck the system. But a lot of these things I'm seeing these individuals do, they're not even using money. Like they don't have, they're able to like get on a certain frequency and then create certain shit without even very little money. So that's what I'm saying. It ain't even about the money and all that other bullshit. I'm just trying to tell you guys, like, don't get too lost in some bullshit and thinking that you know it all or this or that. And then don't get me wrong, you do know it all, but you guys know what I mean. But you miss certain opportunities because, oh, you're trying to be so deep or so smart. And it's like, it ain't even that all that. If you guys get what I'm saying. I'm going to drop the link. I always like to drop the link. Because that's something I went through. I'm not just, when I'm speaking like this, I'm speaking something I experienced. And I went through, like, there was a time I was thinking like, oh, I'm so deep and this person's stupid, this person's that. But then when I'm looking at it, like, what am I doing to get ahead? Like, what's the meaning of all this? And like, that's what you guys got to start realizing. Because I put myself in like right now, I'm in a good position right now, and I have a lot of resources I can work with to at least get something started. So this is what I'm trying to realize I'm trying to do, because I'm trying to get something actually started and shit. And I don't want to. I'm not gonna come up in here and start saying shit because I don't trust the YouTube. I don't trust any of this shit. That's another reason I'm gonna be backing off from here as I progress on and within my life, because I'm not gonna use this platform. I don't like using my name for social media on this platform. I don't like that's why I don't have no social media on here like that. Like, yeah, I said, what's your social? I don't have all my social media is not in my real name. I don't have social media on here. I don't have social media on here. The only social media I have is this and probably my eBay account or whatever, and YouTube. But eBay is for business. So if I'm not making money off my social media, I don't have social media. So that's why I don't have social media on here. He said, I just came back from a cruise. I be peeping how you still going strong by the way I'm deep, almost a year and keep going. That's what's up. Yeah, keep going, keep doing it. I'm getting energy from going outside. That's what I'm. That's exactly how it is. Somebody wants to join the. Okay, what's going on, Mysterio? It's a long time no see. I didn't see you in a minute.
Nah, bro.
Damn, you
I
look
haven't seen you
different.
in a minute. For real?
Well, you look a little different compared to when I seen you. Like you probably cut your hair or something.
Yeah, I cut my hair. Um, but I would like to say like there's a few things I want to talk about. Number one is like qigong, and number two is like dealing with the real world and being spiritual.
Okay.
And number one is like qigong. I'm not gonna lie, like a lot of people have just come up to me randomly, like they're just drawn to me and shit, right? And then another thing is, I'll be walking outside, and then like I feel tired a little bit, right? And then like me walking outside, I just gain energy. I don't know if
Yeah.
I don't know if that's your experience, but my
Yeah.
experience is like,
Because what's happening is you're opening up channels. You're opening
hmm
up like channels, so you're able to garnish energy from the app from just the environment because the qigong is you're strengthening your channels. Look at it as like when you build muscle, the more you work out, the heavier you can lift. Why can you
hmm
lift heavier? Because you're building muscle, so you can
hmm
lift more than you did when you had less muscle. So with the
hmm
qigong, you're building energy, so you're able to open up channels to take in more energy and then push out more energy. So that's what you're experiencing is you're building your energy channel. Let's just call it that with the qigong. So this is why you're experiencing like you go outside, you get energy. Even when like you put your hands in a certain position, you probably can feel like the energy in a way. Like you put your hand in a certain position, you can just feel the qigong, like the energy in your hand or certain
bro,
movements. Yeah.
bro, that's what happens. Like I feel the energy in my hand, and it's crazy because it's like what the fuck. Even though I'm like only a year in, it's still taking time to build the energy. Still, even though I'm a year in, but it's like a surreal experience. It's like I'm just walking outside, and then I could just feel the energy, and then like there'll be times I'll be tired, and then I get a random burst of energy. It'd be random. The only thing about Qigong is like the random burst of energy be at random times. It could be like late at night, early at morning. Yeah, stuff like that.
That's what's up, man. Yeah, that's see you working with the energy channel, so that's good. That's like keep on going, keep on doing it. Don't even stop. Like me, I be doing it. I do it, but I do breath work every day. I like the breath work. It's the same thing. You're building up energy channels, and there's different ways to do that. And I do that with the qigong. I do qigong probably like about 5 times a week. And I do breath work sometimes 4 times a week, but I do breath work every day. Yoga, stretching, to that really helps me. And when you do these, you're actually building up the energy channels in your body, and you're able to, like you said, you feel the energy more. You get bursts of energy, all of that shit. It's like it gets deep.
Right, 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 right. And like what I did notice is like I'm not gonna lie, like I don't want to be like that, like a dating red pill coach type of motherfucker, but like I noticed I was getting like a little bit more attention from women. Like no, I don't want to be like on no like suspicious red pill type shit.
No, that's exactly like I'm gonna go into what you just said, but that's what I'm saying. Like when I was talking about, don't be thinking too deep. Like you said, I don't want to be into the red pill. Just say what you gotta say, and then you had an experience, and then go do what works for you. And
Mm-hmm.
it's not about feeling like, oh, I don't want to be this, I don't want to be that. Because even when you say that, you're saying that based upon a blueprint of what you probably seen online or what this person said. And there's nothing wrong with that. But
Mm-hmm.
whatever's working for you is what's working for you. So you need to take what's working for you and then go with that. Don't be thinking like, oh, I don't want to be on this red pill. Like, or like I get rid of all that shit. What's working for me? What's working for me? I'm not saying I'm red pill. I'm not. I'm none of that. But I'm none of that because I don't feel it. Not that I'm none of it because somebody said it's weird if I'm a red pill. I'm not a red pill because I went. I done my research and I had an experience in life. If I had an experience or I didn't know, then I'm gonna be like, okay, let me go look into this. So you see, like, so don't just. I see what you mean though, but you are gonna get attracted because qigong, you're building energy, like especially you're working with that yin energy. So you're building
Hmm.
yin. Yin is feminine. So it's like a feminine energy you're working with, yin and the yang, what they call yin and yang,
Hmm.
masculine, feminine energy. So
Hmm.
you're gonna manifest, you're gonna attract feminine type qualities as well as masculine as well. You're going to be projecting that out. So that's maybe why you're bringing that in because you're building a lot of that, what they call yin feminine energy. Because you're cultivating that when you're doing Qigong, yang and yin. The yang is going to like balance it out because you don't want to have too much of either. But the yang will balance it out. And then the yin is going to like keep it like calm that yang energy. Because you don't want to just do yang exercises because it'll, it can make you more like over hyper and thinking too much and having a lot of flares and it's like hot energy running through your energy system. But when you have the
Yeah.
yeah, when you have the yang, it balances it. So it like
Right.
it keeps it like in balance.
Right. Right. And I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like, Qigong is working for me, even though like it might not work for other people.
Yeah,
But
because
Qigong is
yeah,
working.
that's what I'm saying. Because it works, it works, but I'm not gonna. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter if it works for everyone. Like all that matters is what works for you and
Right.
what's helping you. Like, does it matter if it's working for everyone? Like, because if you start getting into that, then if you be there could be somebody telling you that qigong is not important. You don't need to do qigong because it's not really like this person. Like it'd be like, oh, this person um has energy and they don't do qigong, and then you may be like, okay, and then you go 10 years of your life you didn't do qigong because of somebody saying something like that, and what you're experiencing right now you wouldn't probably experience because you listened to what someone said, and then that person probably wasn't even supposed to be doing it, or maybe it didn't work for them or whatever reason. They just didn't feel like doing it. But then you missed out on opportunity. This is why I say you got to be your own teacher, do your own experiment, and like look at things. And it's good to learn from people and stuff. I'm saying, but do what you feel what's necessary to you. That's why I say you're going to be the number one teacher. No one can tell you, and it's not like no one. I'm dumb or this people are dumb. It's just I don't know you. No one knows you better than you. So only you could be the best teacher for you. So this is why,
Right.
like I said, like the qigong, it works, and it's good you tried it because I know I talk to a lot of people in my personal life. That oh, I don't do qigong. It looks funny. It looks weird. They'll be so like they'll just say all weird shit like, oh, why are you doing that qigong? Or they'll oh, it doesn't work, or they don't think it works, or they try it once and they didn't stick with it. And it's like imagine if they would have stuck like how you and me did it. You wouldn't even have the results like we have. And then, but you know what you went through now. You probably glad you did. You probably I'm so glad I did this. Like imagine if you like you said what I'm saying.
Right. 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 I absolutely feel that. And it's like, bro, it's like I ain't gonna help. Like, I'm not even trying to boost my own horn or anything, but the minute I tried one of your exercises and it started working for me like that, I just stuck with it because I'm the
Yeah,
type of person to
I
be
like
like,
this is when you came on a live. I said you look different. I think it's the energy because like you got a different energy than you did when I last seen you on my live stream, which is probably like this is probably the first time this year you were on my no. I don't know. Like last time I see you on my live stream, I remember. I think this is the first time this year you were on my live stream, and
hmm.
I remember that's why I said you look a little different. I don't think it was the haircut. I think it's just the energy is a little more different. So you see more like more calmer, more chill, more like focused and shit in your the way you carry yourself. I can tell. It's maybe it is the energy. Not maybe it is
Oh,
because you've been saying it.
oh yeah, you said it is the energy,
That's
bro.
what
Let
I'm
me let,
because yeah. Go ahead.
let me tell you something. So like this is where I was asking the gonna talk about the real world thing. So recently I went on a cruise, right?
Okay.
You know, so okay, so like I get on this cruise. Like at first I was like, I hate this cruise. I was like, I hate going to cruises.
Yeah, I
Like is
hate
that
cruises too. I don't like them.
but hear me out. So okay, in this cruise, right? I'm chilling by myself, right? I'm chilling. So like I separate from my family and I go play pool. And like, you know, when I go play pool, when I went to go play pool, like random people were just coming up to me, like these two random dudes, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like they were cool as fuck. And then after that, after that experience, bro, I had the time of my life on that cruise. I ended up having the time of my life at that cruise.
That's
Just by
yeah.
just by like, saying fuck it. I'm gonna just do me. And like, even though I'm with random people I don't know and they're not spiritual, let me see what I could get out this experience. And I'm not gonna lie, I did get out some shit out of it.
That's what's up. And then
Hello?
yeah, and some say this is why you say you never see how you're in the real world experiencing shit for yourself, and then things happen. It could have been a time where maybe there was a person who you could network with, and then they can give you something that can help you on your path even more. Like who knows? Like maybe let's just say you needed some place to stay. You weren't staying with your family or something. You not shielding yourself, and you just not thinking too deep, that person could have helped you get somewhere to stay or something. But if you were thinking, oh, this person's not spiritual, they're not deep, I'm not gonna fuck with them, then you'll be like, still hold yourself back. And you're only holding yourself back. You're not holding anyone else back but yourself. So this is why it's good to just go with the flow and things and just this is how I say like you don't be sometimes you don't want to be too deep because when you're too deep sometimes it can actually backfire and then you cut yourself off from opportunities and different things because you think, oh, I don't need to do that. There's no point in doing that. I'm a high spiritual being, and there's no like people who do that are people who are they're fucking they don't know what they're doing and they're not spirit. Like you start to look at everything from that perspective, and then when you do that, you miss opportunities. You cut off things that could help you grow. And like I said, you're only doing it to yourself because another person who is saying that maybe they don't have it in them to do that, or maybe they don't need to do that, or so they didn't take the loss.
Mhm.
Only you did. So you can't let anyone speak for you. This is why I say I only present people what to do. And if you're not doing what I'm doing, I don't even want to be around certain people who don't have similar. I'm not saying I do everything I'm doing, but don't have similarities on what I'm doing. Because if
Mhm.
that's the case, then that's when arguments, fights, people think you're doing whatever and all this bullshit because of you just wanting to be you. But then dumb being dumb and you being you, it's like a problem. And it's like I would never look at myself as a problem if I'm not hurting no one. If I'm not hurting
Mhm.
somebody and somebody sees me what I'm doing as a problem or something, then that's something where I gotta like not be around that individual or some shit. That's how I'm
Mhm.
trying to. That's what I'm realizing, and this is why I say you gotta just do you.
Right, right, right. That's funny you said just do you, cause like dead ass, like just doing me. And when I was on that cruise, I was like, yo, even though it was like some shit where I was like, yeah, I'm gonna just stay by myself. Like staying by myself in that cruise would have hurt me, cause I was like, I'm not enjoying myself. Cause like after
Yeah.
that, like I met some people who was like content creators. Um, some
Mm-hmm.
dude, I got on somebody's YouTube video.
Okay,
Um,
that's what's up. You probably gotta shout
yeah,
your channel out. They could probably gotta have a following. You gotta boost your views or something because you were on their channel or something. You got a network. You probably collab. You see what I'm saying? Like things could just pop off and happen. You never
right,
know.
right, right. And like I ain't gonna cap. Throughout the whole cruise, I was fucking with this one girl. I ain't gonna cap.
That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. See, you got some. See, you had some fun too and shit. So I don't. That's good.
Yeah, 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 yeah. And people was handing me a free drink. I was like, oh shit, like I ain't gonna cap. Keep
you,
going. I
you
ain't gonna
think you
cap.
think
Keep
you
going.
think this was because of the energy that keep going?
Well, like the energy was part of it, but I always had the energy within me
Yeah,
in the sense
it
of
amplified it.
it amplified it, yeah. So when people were coming up to me in the cruise, it was like, bro, your aura is just off the chart. Like you just look so cool. You just look so cool to be around. Like people were literally
How
drawn
did
to
you
me. Like,
feel though? Like, the thing, how did you feel? Cool? Did you feel like your aura?
bro, I felt cool. I was wearing like a random ass t-shirt. I was just walking and people were just saying, oh bro, you look cool. Like,
That's funny. You said like That's what I'm saying. Like that energy is very potent and shit like that. Like, even like when I do certain things, like I get the same effects. Like this helps me. Even like I don't like to get into this, but like when I be going doing my little thing and I go into a store, like certain times, like I'll be like, I'll literally like walk out and just do some shit and nobody else see me. Like it'd been like dozens of times, nigga, like probably hundreds, because like the amount of times I do certain things and like even not with that, but just with other things in life, like if I'm like out and about and I don't feel
Hmm.
like dealing with somebody and then I don't or like certain shit that I don't want to like let's just say you know you're at a place and they mess up on your order or you drop something on the ground and you forgot it. That energy alone will make me remember to pick it up. Or if I'm dealing with, if I see somebody that's no good, I can pick up on the
Hmm.
energy. Like, okay, well, let me walk this way, and then therefore I create a situation in my life where my life goes as easy as possible. If you get what I'm saying, like things play out in my daily life, like what you said, you can bring that into your daily life. So now you go to DMV or something, and you have to wait in lines, and you're behind somebody. Somebody might just leave and say, "Oh, I gotta go home," and then now you're like little things that make your life a lot more simpler. It doesn't have to be that, but like different things, like because when you're working with this energy, it is like it puts you in a certain mentality, and then when you're in that mentality, that's where everything starts flowing. It's how you're thinking, it's how you're feeling. That's really what's doing that. So everything you that happened to you on that cruise ship, it was a result of how you were thinking, how you were feeling, the mood, the frequency, the vibration, all that, what you're in, how you're feeling, and then everything comes with that. So now you're in a position where you can just start doing what you need to do. This is where, like, when I told you, like, when you go out and a lot of people that make mistakes in life, they think it's because of what they're doing, but it's really how they're doing it or the mindset they're in when they're doing it. So
Right.
somebody who wants to accomplish a task, let's just say you even like when you see people like this, I want to keep it as like general as possible. Like people are trying to accomplish a task and you got four people doing it and everybody has the same equal opportunity, but one person seems to get it more quicker, get it, it just works out for them.
Hmm.
Usually it's to do with how they're
Right.
thinking. If they're in a positive, fluid mindset, then their actions are going to lead to them being able to be at the place at the right time. Like some people might find $100 on the ground.
Hmm.
Every single time when I found a lot of money on the ground, or I'll find somebody's purse, or something will happen to me where I get some type of so-called good luck, every time I always was in a mindset and an emotional feeling that was very high frequency. I've never like had no some type of good luck like that when I was just feeling regular or low free. I never. It's always like I'm feeling a certain way, and then
Right.
when I leave that frequency, that's when it stops. And then once you're in that low frequency for so long, you start to question yourself and be like, I'm just nothing good happens, but you're not in the frequency. But you have to be
Right.
in it to really like what you
Right.
were in. If you were in that same situation and you had anxiety like these black pills, oh ain't nobody can date me and I'm so depressed and I hate people. People would have been looking at you weird and been like probably not want to fuck with you and you probably wouldn't have luck with the girl because you're mine. So it wasn't really how you it was your aura and you got your aura was based on the work you did to get you in that mindset and you want to keep it there
Right.
because you guys so it's like you can gain it, you can lose it. Because I've been on both frequencies where I had it and then I lost it. Like when I was on like a 20-day fast, I remember, and I'd be talking to random people, and then my frequency was so high, and then it was just weird. I could just talk to people, and they'll treat me differently, like respond differently. Even when I argue with people, even when I got in arguments and I was cussing somebody out, and we got in an argument, it was a certain level of respect that I can't explain, even if I have a problem with somebody. Compared to if I had a low frequency and I got in an argument, it was a different level of disrespect. Like that's how deep it goes. Even when you, because when you're arguing with somebody, they look at you more like differently than when you. So I noticed that, and this all has to do with the frequency and the mindset that you're in. And I kind of forgot where I was going on, but kind of forgot my train of thought, but yeah, you get what I'm saying though.
Right. My bad, my bad. I was going to La La Land. But yeah, I get what you're saying. I got
Yeah.
everything what you were saying. Like, bro, like it was crazy because it's like I don't know what it is, but like it was that frequency you was talking about, like, and this was me like fresh doing like Qigong like the day before the cruise.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
like, I was doing Qigong like, little hand movements and stuff, but it's like it was like this, right? Like what I did was like I just opened my mind to the experience and it was like, oh shit. Like I really had a ton of fun. And then,
Yeah. Hey,
you know,
go ahead.
like I literally got with everything I wanted out of the cruise, out of the cruise, like a free drink, have fun, fuck around, and I had like somebody I was messing with too.
Hmm.
Like, and like, yo, like this might get a little, freaky a little bit, but she was like, grinding up on me and shit like that. Like,
Yeah.
you get
I
what I'm
feel
saying?
I feel
Yeah,
you. Yeah,
yeah.
that's what's up. Good. That's what's up, man. So I'm telling you, like, this shit is crazy. This is real. Like, I'm glad because you like because I say it, but then you doing what I said, like you actually applying it, it brings a lot
Mm,
more, like it makes it be like more real versus me just saying the experiences that I've been through. So I'm glad that you actually practicing this shit and really like taking it seriously, applying it because like I said, this is something you enjoy doing. It's not like a chore. It's something like you enjoy doing and it's benefiting you. So like shit, stuff like this is like it should be like you brush your teeth and it's a routine. It's something you enjoy. It's not something you're forced to do. Like you have motherfuckers out here looking at like I was doing this shit in the parking lot. I was doing this shit in the park. I do this shit everywhere. Like it was in the Home Depot parking lot. People be looking at me like hella weird and shit. Like some people be laughing. I don't give a fuck. Like at the end of the day, they don't know the type of energy I'm cultivating, the peace that I get.
right,
So
right.
it is what it is, and that's what like that's another reason why like I'm like trying to switch off my channel because I don't want to like speak a lot of negativity because I be going hard and talking negative and don't get me wrong, like I understand the government, the system, and all that, but
Hmm.
I feel like there's no point in me doing it because as my energy raises, I feel more like I don't need to really. There's no point of speaking like that and being so like hateful and angry because one thing I realize is that motherfuckers will when you're very hateful and angry, motherfuckers will be like, "Oh, you're doing too much. You're going off too much. You're too big. You're too disrespectful. You need to calm down." But then when you calm down and you're chill, then people look at you like, oh, you're not serious, and you're not serious, or you take things too light, or you just want to have fun, and you don't take life serious. Like get the fuck out of here. Like when you can never win with these people, so that's why you got to just do you. That's one thing I've seen in
And
my life.
that's funny because like there was this dude on my TikTok page that said, uh, your volume is too loud. I'm like, bitch, what the fuck do you mean? You like my my volume is too loud, and like you could hear the audio perfectly.
You said it's too low or too loud.
Hmm?
He said it's too low or too loud.
Too loud.
Okay, that's a troll because he can just turn his volume down
But
then.
like I see what you talk about. It's like no matter what you do, motherfuckers just gonna come and like say some shit like what the like what um but yeah, like my next thing also too is like I'm not even gonna lie, like I think I've been holding myself a little bit back just because, I would see somebody that's not spiritual and think like, oh shit, if some shit come out my mouth, maybe like it's gonna like, push people away. But I've got confirmation that like,
That's another thing. That's another thing I want to talk about, and what this video was about is, and this goes for both ways. It's not just for people who aren't spiritual. It's for people who are spiritual. I've dealt with people who are spiritual and not spiritual, and I have the same problem. Like you'll have people that they're spiritual, and then you can't even talk fucking like about certain shit without them looking at you like you're somehow like, oh, I thought you were some. This is why I said in my video, like, don't have no expectations for me. not out of disrespect or I'm a bad person. It just this is how I like I try to, because I don't like to have trolls and people who disrespect and all that. I don't like that shit on my channel. So I'm like, don't have no expectation, because there's certain things I will say that's not even bad, disrespectful. But people will be like, oh, since I'm so deep and spiritual and I've been watching him and I've heard him say deep spiritual shit, how dare he say this? How dare he talk about he plays video game every other Saturday just to have fun, because that's low vibrational and that's all about brain, like, or there's some dumbass show. This person, they went and did, like, don't get me wrong, like certain things is certain things. Like if you're if let's say I have a group and I'm about getting healthy and getting rid of negative things. If I'm sitting here telling you guys I'm like doing something very like bad for me, then that's a different thing. But if it's like something like you want to just go and enjoy yourself. Like they said, you at the fucking the place and you enjoying yourself at the cruise, and you had a female you were fucking with, and you had people you were talking to. There's people out here who'll be like, oh, those people aren't. You're not spiritual. You're not. You're drinking. You're on a cruise, and you're hanging out with people who aren't spiritual, or like shit like that. I don't fuck with, and vice versa. People who aren't spiritual, don't feel bad to not be yourself. Like, say what's on your mind. If somebody says some dumbass shit, like this is how I do it. Like nowadays, I don't like. I don't. I'm at a time right now. We're in a shift right now where if nobody's really on your frequency, don't even push it. But I'm not saying disconnect yourself from people. Just if you found, like you said, you found people that really weren't on your frequency, but just at that point, just be yourself. And if they don't vibe with
No,
it,
no, they came up to me.
yeah. So even greater for you to be yourself, because they came up to you. And then I'm not saying to disconnect from them, but don't still be yourself and let your authenticity be like a filter. So just be yourself, and if they don't like it, then they can leave. Don't ever try to like hide yourself, especially in this shit. Just do you and just be you. But I'm not saying just be disrespectful and whatever. Just like for example, if I'm just chilling and somebody like, so just some stupid ass fucking retard, right? He all asked me, oh, this was a couple years ago. He's like, oh, do you watch Star Wars, The Mandalorian? And I don't watch that dumbass shit. And before I was like, what I would do is, this was like years ago. I was like, yeah, I watch it, even though I didn't watch it. But like the other, I was like, oh, I watch it. This is like years ago. I was like, oh, I watch it, and I just said it. But like a couple months ago, some motherfucker asked me, do I watch some shit on Netflix? I was like, I don't watch it. It's programming. I didn't be disrespectful. I was like, that's government programming. I don't watch that crap because it's programming. It's just Masonic symbolism. I really said that shit, and then he was like, oh. At first when he asked me, he was all happy, but after he asked me, he was like, in his mind, you could tell he was like, oh, he's that type of person. He's too serious. And then he just left. And I'm like, good. I don't need you in my life, because that's why I was that deep. So I can kind of filter that out. Because before I used to entertain that. But the problem with that is they keep talking to you about it. And then because they think you're somebody you're not. But if you just come up full front, if they do fuck with you, they're going to know how to fuck with you from there on, or they're just not going to fuck with you, which is both of those is good. So that's why I'm just straight up like, I don't watch it as Masonic programming. It's most Masonic symbolism. I don't watch anything that's gonna rot my brain and it has mind control. I just say shit like that, or like it's not gonna. Like, I just get deep, and
Like
motherfuckers they don't like it.
like
Like
that,
straight up.
like like that fucking dumbass Love Island.
Like who?
Like that dumbass Love Island.
Is it a show? I don't even know any of the shows on fucking
No,
Netflix.
no, like it's a show everybody keep on talking about, but like
Yeah, I
it's like
don't.
what you said. It's like what you said, dumbass shadow government mind programming
Yeah, it's just
for hood
dumbass
culture.
shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I see what you're saying, and it's like it's like damn, like every time I get, it's like I feel like every time I go on your channel and I talk about this, I feel like I'm a live example of this shit is real. Um,
hmm
I feel like I'm a live example of what you are teaching works. You get what I'm saying? Even though it's
Yeah.
like it doesn't work for everybody, right? But
I'm
it's
just
like
I'm just
real
telling
life.
what I'm just talking about what works for me. That's the thing about,
Yeah,
because I'm not even, I don't even really like to put all those names, teacher and all that, because
yeah,
like actually like I said, it don't even matter. If I call myself a teacher, I say, because like I'm not trying to like I said, well, you're right. What I'm teaching, I'm not gonna even go too deep, because like I'm going against what I was just saying about, like, because it really ain't that deep, and I am teaching. So any like it's not really. like you're a live example of what I was saying, what I'm teaching. So
Mhm. Mhm. Right. And it's like it's so crazy because it's like at first I was like, oh, okay, maybe this is some shit. Well, I always thought people had superpowers, but it's like, damn, so this is the real superpower of dead ass using the mind to create the reality and like the energy. And it's like
yeah,
this shit
that
is
that
like,
what your experience, this is kind of like how fasting, like if you were to do like a fast for like 20 days, 10 days while doing qigong, you'll be on a whole nother vibe. Like you'll feel like you're a different being. You will literally feel like you're a different being, because the fasting that does that as well. It really amplifies you there as well. Like if I were to do like a fast, a 20-day fast will get you to like a high frequency extremely quickly. Like what you got through
mhm,
doing in a year of qigong, the fasting will get, well. At the same time, this doesn't apply to everyone, because I go on fasting forums. There's people who fast for 15, 20 days. This one stupid ass cracker with like four with glasses and everything. You can tell he don't even have no damn um, good genetics or nothing, because he's on a 30-day fast. He's still the same as he was on day one. I'm not saying like he isn't healed or whatever, or like you'll see some other niggas on there too. Like they'll be like, oh, I'm on day 30, and like they still talk, act, look. They don't have no like change like in appearance or
mhm.
nothing. Or even when I see some people do qigong, this one dude does qigong, and like he been doing it for like 10 years, and he just looks like a regular dude who just does it. And like I said, just because it's the spirit and the energy behind it. Like if you're in alignment doing what you're doing, you're gonna feel more benefits. Like me, when I go like on a 7-day fast, I'm in like a different vibe, different zone. I don't even feel like making a video like that really, which I'm gonna make one next
Mhm,
time. Like I'm about to start another fast in probably, what's today? Probably the full moon. Leading
mhm,
up to the full moon, I'm probably gonna start another one. Last
mhm,
one I did was 13 days. And I
mhm.
finished that probably like 4 days ago, almost about a week ago. I did that one. I did that for 13. I was vibing extremely high on that fast. That's when I was doing the breath work, because when I was like on day 12, I kind of felt weak. So the qigong was too much. So that's why I do a lot of breath work when I go on my long fast, because like until I build up, because right now I'm focusing on building up my shit, because I was doing 20-day fast before, but then I got on a long break and I was doing it really short. So now like I'm trying to build my way back up to that. So
Mhm.
and then so once my energy is more balanced and I'm able to like have sustained energy on like after day 10, then I'm gonna be implementing qigong again. But right now, this is why I'm focusing on breathwork. And breathwork is just as powerful. Like that really takes you to that same that you're saying. Breathwork does that as well. So
Breath
if
work.
we, yeah, if you can't, I have a. I'll probably email you. There's this video. It's a class. It's on Udemy. It's
Mhm,
a it's a I don't know if I can share it with you, but if you
mhm.
send me an email, I'll see if I can share it with you. I have like an account on Udemy, and
Udemy.
yeah, it's a breathwork class. The guy charges, like I bought this like years ago, but he
Mhm.
charges like over, I think it was like over $100 he charges, but I got it on sale, and
What
like
the hell?
I'll send you the link. It's like
Mhm,
a whole course, any different type of breathing, different type of like pranayama breathing, everything.
mhm.
Yeah, and that thing it really works. So if you
Okay.
couple that, like some days you may not be able to do qigong for whatever reason, you can get that session in. That's gonna
See,
still.
okay. That's good, but like, okay, I was trying to work on like sex qigong to see like, okay, you know the lower dantian, right?
Hmm.
I was trying to see if that like how would that work and stuff like that. And it was working, but like I had like pause no homo. I had like problems going on with like my butt and shit because like I was struggling to take a shit.
Yeah, that's what I say. Like stuff like that, you have. Are you better now?
Yeah, I'm better now, but it was
Okay, like
like,
so, stuff like that, I'm not really. That's why I never really taught that or promoted that. Because once you start doing stuff like that, you have to be careful with certain qigong practices. You got to know if you're gonna do
mhm,
stuff like that. You got to make sure you know you're doing it from somebody who's like very like who's done that type of specific work. You don't want to just
Hmm.
look it up and just do it yourself, because there's been people who've done certain qigong and they didn't do it right and their bladder stopped working. So in order for them to fix that, it's not like, oh, I'm going to take some herbs or I'm going to go to the doctor. It's an energetic thing. So in order to fix it, you're going to have to go to somebody who knows energy, and then you're going to have to remove it like you put it. So when you do have those problems, it's that goes beyond health. Like in terms of taking herbs or going to the doctor, it's like you're gonna have to switch the energy back on, which like that which is gonna take qigong energy work. This is why they have like practitioners that they have that are very skilled in that. Like me, I'm not yet. And that's why I don't even deal with the sex qigong. I'm not saying you shouldn't, because there's benefits obviously, but you want to know, you want to make sure you're you're dealing with that with somebody who's really like who's done it before, who knows what they're doing,
Yeah,
and they know how to heal the energy if something were to go off. Which the only reason that something will go wrong is if you're not doing it right. It's not like, oh, I might do it right. It's not like it's risky. It's people who fuck their shit up. Those are people who like they deliberately didn't listen. So don't think like, oh, it's gonna just mess up. But it's still good to make sure it's you're learning it from somebody who knows what they're talking about. Like, cause me,
yeah,
I don't even deal with that at all. At least
yeah,
for right now.
yeah. I did it off of a YouTube video, and I did see results, but it was like some shit where something in my body got messed up, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm not doing it no more because I don't want to mess up my body. But
Mm-hmm.
like I know I was messing up, right? But now that you say that, I'm gonna be very cautious what I see on YouTube because
Yeah, cause
you know,
certain exercises you build up the energy, then you gotta like level the energy out, and what's the word for it? Like you gotta calm it down. Like you raise the energy, then you calm it. That's why at the end of at the end of the workout, we gotta hold the poses, because it's like you're calming the energy. You want to balance it. You don't want to just do the energy and let it just sit. This is why at the end of the workout you do the hand holding, and then because you're like calibrating all the energy you just built up. You don't want to just let it just go and you didn't calibrate it, because that's where problems and issues like in different things happen. So
right, right, right. And from my personal experience, um, everything I eat, dead ass, like don't affect me as bad.
okay, you do you need do you need to eat more, or do you eat less, or do you use like the
I eat
same?
less. I
Okay,
eat the same. I eat the same, but like when I eat less, I'm less hungry.
yeah, well, you
You
don't
get
need as much to eat. If you do eat, you probably eat just for fun, but like you could probably go like not eat as much and you be good.
yeah, yeah. And then when I started eating, it was like, oh shit, like this doesn't really affect my body like that.
Mm, that's
And it was
good.
like I was like, yo, what? There's no way this is real. But that's just my experience. I don't know what your
Yeah,
experience is,
yeah,
but it's
me,
like,
yeah. Everyone's gonna be different. Like me, like because there's different ways to build energy. Like yoga is one, qigong, breath work. Those are like the three main ones to build energy. Like me, I was doing yoga. I've been doing yoga. I still do yoga every day. That takes a lot longer to really build it, because and it's different for everyone. But I know when I have the blockage in my neck, like I spoke about, when I released it, that's when like I started like food. The more energy I raise, foods affect me more. Like before, I used to be able to eat like a fucking like a prison inmate, like just garbage and like ramen noodles and just bullshit. But like the more my energy was with Rosen or Rose, I can't like little shit. I would have to make like if I eat like the other day, what did I eat? I ate some like taquitos from like the freezer. I don't even eat freezer food, but I just ate it because they were there and shit. And then I ate it, and then I had to make myself throw up a little bit because it just kind of like I could have just let it sit in my stomach, but I would have felt nauseated for like the next few days or the next probably like 16, 18 hours. Because after that, once it digests, then it goes away, but I'll have to throw up. Or if I eat like some chocolate, sometimes I can eat it and I'll be good, but it'll irritate my stomach because I get more sensitive for some reason. Like years ago, I used to be able to eat just whatever, damn near, And I used to be just good, but now I can't even eat every. This is why if I eat food, it's mainly organic, or I go to like Whole Food Sprouts. I get, and even then sometimes, but like, but I'm different though. Like me, I'm not when I promote breatharianism and not eating. This is just because this is what my body. I don't even think I'm supposed to be really eating anything because I really don't even enjoy anything to eat really. And even when I do eat, is like it's not satisfying to me, and I don't need that much to eat. Like I
I
just
think
eat. Like when I eat now, it's just out of pleasure and just to feel good. Like I eat
I
the
think
same way. Go ahead.
I think it's your mind, as in like your spirit, just don't want food. Because
Yeah,
when I
that's what
when
it
I,
is.
I usually eat for pleasure. I mainly eat for pleasure too, because
Yeah.
like I could go,
But
you
like
know.
that's something. Yeah, we're all different though, so don't make it look like oh you don't need to like just fall listen to what your body is because maybe you do need to be eating, but maybe eat healthier or whatever. Like some people like they need to be on a veggie fruit diet. Me, I think my shit is not even that because when it comes to herbs, fruit like certain fruits and vegetables and all, I don't even vibe with that shit to be honest. Like watermelon's the only fruit I can really eat and apples. When
I
it
was
comes
eating
to
a lot of I was
yeah.
eating a lot of watermelon, and a lot of
Yeah, me too.
watermelon, like that shit really made my skin clear. But yeah, go ahead.
Okay, that's what I've been eating. I've been eating I eat a watermelon like every day. Like probably like one watermelon I eat a day for like the past. Well, I was eating watermelon consistently every like at least 4 or 5 times a week. But the last 3 4 months, I've been eating watermelon like every day. So that's just something I eat, and it holds me over. Like I eat it because that's the only thing I really enjoy, and then I may eat other shit.
Hmm.
But
Hmm. Yeah, but I'm gonna drop my email.
okay, and I'll see if I can get you that course. Like I have the course. I don't know if I can share it with you or you have to log into the account. I have to see it because I want to like give you that course.
But
It's a yeah.
before I head out, like there's something called like sexual magnetism. And I don't know if you heard about it, but
Mm-hmm.
sexual magnetism, I'm really trying to figure that out. Like I don't want to be in no root chakra shit, but it kind of is. But like I'm trying to figure that out because it's like um I really think this qigong stuff has something to do with it because sexual magnetism is like an energy thing, and it's like
Mm-hmm.
if qigong has to
It
do
is
with
because
it,
you're working with your root chakra when you're doing these qigong exercises. You're working with that channel energy channel. So
yeah,
all of it has to do your heart, your all of it. But this is why you got to know like even you can even cater the qigong to put more energy into certain energy centers and shit. This is why like they have the different mudras at the heart, at the chakra. You hold it over the head, like so. It does affect that.
yeah, like I heard it came from like the sacral root. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm trying to figure that out more because it's like my
Because
experiences in go ahead.
it because the sec the when it comes to that, it can work both ways. It's not like the key. The exercises can either make you extremely horny or they can tame it where you don't even have a sexual urge. It goes both ways. It just depends on like how you're doing it. Like because there's certain people who they'll like a lot of qigong practitioners. They have stories where they'll like do some sexual deviant shit to their students, and it's because they were practicing certain qigong in a certain way where it was building the energy. And then there'll be some practices where the people don't even have an urge. Like there's this guy and a girl were going out, and they went to this retreat where they were doing qigong, and they said they didn't even want to have sex when they were at the retreat. So it can work both ways. When you're dealing with the energy, it can work both ways. It just depends on like where your mind's at and what the practices you're doing and your intentions, and even like who are you, like the blockages. Maybe you got certain things you got to work on. It may bring that out of you, but it
Yeah,
just depends. It can go both
yeah,
ways though.
yeah. You right. You right. You absolutely right about that. It's because like I had saw like this spiritual YouTuber. He said like sexual magnetism is like what makes you attract more women it can make you attract more men depending on who you are. But
It does because a lot of sex. It isn't. I don't think it just has to do with sex. It has to do with other things in your life, and then like, because if you have a lot of sexual magnetism, that means you have a lot of energy to accomplish and get things done and to make moves. Like so, it's other things that have nothing to do with sex that you're gonna be doing when you do those things, it's going to correlate to you having more sex magnetism. So you could, a person who's a go-getter, who's probably like very money hungry and they're always out there in their roots, they're going to be a person who probably attracts more sexual partner and is more sexual deviancy, and but they care more about material. So somebody who's less, like it all correlates depending. It's not just sex is not just fucking. It's like other things. Like you can have, it's an exchange of energy and how you project energy and how you retrieve it. It's that's what sex is beyond just fucking. So there's gonna be other things in your life that's gonna play out for you to even have a lot of sexual magnetism. Like you may end up being somebody who's very like a go getter. You always accomplish it. You have a lot of like testosterone, for example. That's
mhm.
kind of what it is.
Right,
But
right, right, right. You hit the coffin on the nail because I notice how people who have a lot of that energy, like they kind of be on the same type of time I am, where like they're ambitious go-getters and shit like that. They want to make money and shit. But
exactly. Or you see people like there's one nigga like I knew years ago, or like this is like years ago. He never can get women and shit, and he just couldn't get women, and he always like, oh, I want to find a girl, and when he finally got one, he said he couldn't fuck her because his dick wouldn't get hard or something. But then when you look at him, when you look at him, he was kind of unconfident and kind of like scared to talk to women, and then he just went and got like a hooker, and it didn't. It's all connected, like so. Or even if he was able to do that, it wouldn't have been that gratifying, and it wouldn't have been all that because he wouldn't have fucked her like he would. Like you say, so it's like it does have to do with that. Like when you really get deep into it,
he wouldn't have fucked her like he was the man.
yeah, it would have not been the same or some shit. Or it's all that's how you got. Like it does have a lot to do with it. Like
Right, 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 right. But yeah, man, I'm about to get up out of here.
or for sure,
I I enjoyed talking to you. I enjoyed you teaching Qigong and shit. Like, I'm
yeah,
not gonna lie, like this experience really helped me, and
okay.
I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, I'm gonna be open to more experiences. I want to see what's ahead of my life and stuff like that. Like,
Yeah. And then like, I'm glad. Sometimes I'm glad you really did it because you just made me realize a lot of things too. Because like when I was teaching this, I was like, "Oh shit, ain't nobody picking up on this." But like, it ain't even about that. But it just like I said, like you were helped from it. The fact that I can help one person, like it means a lot. Like that's good that you actually applying the information and doing it because I didn't even think anyone really took this shit seriously and shit. And a lot of people would tell me, "Oh, it ain't serious, it ain't that," or and I don't really give a fuck about proving it to people because it's just the point is like you for you to see somebody it actually works for. It shows you how like it didn't go for nothing. Like
and
you teaching this
and
wasn't
don't
just
think
for nothing.
I don't think you just helped one person. I sent your channel to like 10 other people,
Okay,
and
that's what's up.
all those people I showed you, they're doing it right now.
That's what's up, man. Damn, that's good. That's some real
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, bro. Like I would say you doing God's work, like no religious shit. But even if people out there in religion, like this dude, like he probably the only person online that's like no bullshit will send you like the right qigong and shit like that, like the
Yeah.
right type of qigong, like cause like I know there was like some dumbass like when I looked at sex qigong, I saw some dumbass white cracker looking motherfucker just
Yeah. The people like the way they bring it, it's kind of off putting. And this is why like I feel like a lot of people don't they sleep on it because most of the teachers that present it, they present it in a way that makes it seem like it caters to a certain audience, like old people or a certain type of demographic that most people can't relate to. So they sleep on it and all some corny shit or Like I know what you mean. That's why it's like it's good to have people, like, especially like you speaking on it, me speaking on it, because it opens it up to like a broader audience. Because I know it's a lot of people within that whole Qigong community. It's like it comes off not to say what they're saying is wrong, but it's just the way they present it is this. It's in a way where it's not really a lot of people can just sleep on it and overlook it. Like they have like astrology, for example. You type in astrology, you don't have nothing but a bunch of these white people talking about how the Civil War and Donald Trump is going to affect Mercury retrograde, and then the people who look, any newcomers who watch astrology is like, what the fuck is this shit? And then they click off and like, how does Donald Trump have to do with Gemini season and all this dumb? And then it gives a bad look and a name. That's how it is with a lot of these platforms because a lot a lot of these masons, that's like they do it on purpose because like the Masons and the people who the Feds who control this dumb shit, they want to they're not cool. Like they can't come off as cool. So when they promote it, it only attracts a certain demographic. But then they complain why they can't get the attention of Gen Z, Gen Alpha, and nobody fucks with their shit. It's because the niggas is lame and nobody wants to watch your shit. So and it goes to everything. Like that's why I didn't even want to call it Qigong. I just said energy exercise, and we're dealing with energy because I don't even like to call it that, to be honest.
I call it mystic exercises.
It's perfect.
But
That's good.
yeah, I call it mystic exercises because I'm mystical, Mysterio. You know what I'm saying? Mystical
Yeah,
experiences. Yeah.
that's what's up. That's what I'm saying. Like, make your own little platform. They do your own thing, and then people will attract to it. That's how I.
Right.
That's
Right.
how I see it.
Right. 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 But yeah, man, like this is my last thing before I gonna go out.
Your
I'm
last
not
day. The
gonna lie.
last day before what?
This is the last thing I'm gonna say before I go
Oh, okay, okay.
out. Yeah, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna tap in with you more. Like I'm gonna see you even more in 2025. But basically, I've been
Yeah,
away
I'm trying
because
to get some shit set up where I'm trying to link up and sell. Like I like money really is not no issue for me to get around and stuff. It's just certain things I'm trying to do and set up so I can actually be able to like, because I really want to link up and build some shit more with, not just with you, but for like other people that were like doing the same thing, and we can come like you said, what you're doing, what I'm doing, other people, I got other people doing what they're doing as well. We can all like link up and do certain shit. Like that's what I'm trying to really get something set up. I'm gonna have to really um I'm gonna plan it and see what I can do to get something like going on where like as like a platform I have, and then we can make all create our videos together, and then we just do what we do. We're gonna be doing what we're already doing, but on a certain platform, and then that's how we can build our shit.
right, right, right. And another thing too, low key, like after doing qigong and meditating, um, there's some things where it's like my spirit is telling me what to do and shit like that, and
Mm. Oh, you getting
like
connection? Like it's telling you like what you need to be doing or what you don't need to be doing, and you
yeah,
getting
yeah, like for example, content creation, um, qigong, um,
it's telling you to do
and
that or something.
yeah, 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 like it's just like it's just telling me what to do. It's just like because
See, yeah.
yeah, go ahead.
It tell because it's not that you're telling yourself what to do because you said it's telling what to do, but there was a point where it wasn't telling you what to do. But at
Yeah.
that, but when it wasn't telling you what to do, you still did what it's telling you what to do now. That means
Hmm.
it's you. Once you open up this, once you make the decision and you start doing certain things, then the spirit will guide you. But if it's not going to force you. So if you this is why you'll see somebody like some people, they go to jail, they get into car accidents. That's their spirit telling them to stop. But since they didn't open the channel, it has to come more brute. Since you're more in alignment, your spirit doesn't have to come brute to tell you to stop doing this. It's just gonna tell you like it's telling you right now. But if you were, let's just say you were not connected, you were on a negative path, your spirit will still be telling you what to do and not to do, but it'll come in the form of events, negative things, and like you, and then once you make the decision to get into alignment, then that's when you'll start being able to get the message like you're getting right now.
Well, like my thing just played out as events. Like I quit my job because I was like sitting on the porch. I was like, what the fuck am I doing here?
Yeah,
And then
okay, go ahead.
well, go ahead what you was about to say because it sounded like it was funny.
No, no, no. I was just saying, like, it kind of reminded me when I was like doing my thing. Like, I ended up twisting my leg and shit, and spraining my leg, and like I was like working not less than a week, and I sprained my leg, and it was hella like they told us when I stopped working, and I had to get the fuck up out of there. And then some other shit happened, but go ahead. What you're saying?
So like I was sitting on the porch. I was like, damn, like I'm doing all this shit and like I'm barely making crumbs and I have to travel far. And
And
I
it's
was like,
wasting time too. A
yeah,
lot of
and it's
time.
wasting time. And it's wasting time. And then like I just thought I was just sitting down, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just quit my job today and whatnot. And then like out of nowhere, I was like I just kept on attracting people at my job that were content creators. And I was like, you know what? Let me do street interviews. And then I kept on asking people, hey, do I look like a YouTube personality? They said, yes, bro. You need to be doing YouTube, TikTok, everything. You need to be streaming. I was like, yo, damn. And I kept on attracting people who were into that type of thing.
Hmm.
And and I kept on being around people who were into MMA too. And
Yeah,
there was nobody in the Qigong, trust me. Trust me,
yeah.
that's like a that's like a dime a dozen. Even some spiritual people are not even into that shit.
Mm-mm.
But it was just like it was just like what you said. My spirit is telling me something.
Yeah, and then when you listen, just don't just do whatever you do, just listen to it, and then things are gonna like happen. Don't think how it's gonna happen. Because the way it works is even even when things are happening, you're not even gonna notice it. You just gotta like it's gonna be like 2 years, and you're gonna be in a different situation. And you'll be like, oh yeah, this happened, but then you're gonna be you'll be damn near done forgot that you quit, and then you just shit be happening, and it's gonna be just so in synchronized you won't even realize it until like you have to make yourself remember like damn this is happening to me. I just remember it. And it's like that's why you don't want to think too much. Don't think oh how this is gonna happen, or just go in alignment because we're like in a different ship. This is one of the reasons time is accelerating because we're in a different ship. Everybody's like anybody that's talking about oh I don't have enough time, I don't have enough time. This is somebody who they didn't do what they were supposed to be doing, and they're not or they're not in alignment with self. Because if you're in alignment with self, you have all the time in the world. People who say that they don't have enough time because time is speeding up and I gotta go here, that means they're doing shit they don't need to be doing. And you can't tell them that because they may think otherwise, but they're the ones complaining. But if you're in alignment, you actually have more than enough time because you just being in alignment, since time is accelerating, you're gonna get the things you need a lot quicker and sooner because we're in a new shift and things are gonna happen more quicker in a way you never gonna expect it because it has to because the way everything is accelerating and we're just in a different shift where you don't have grace to just do shit you're not supposed to be doing. This is
Right,
why
right, right,
this is why a lot of people are now going through like I go out to the grocery store, I go out to the
hmm
anywhere I go out in public, the park, people just look miserable. The,
right.
the
And it's
average
fun.
person, they look miserable and upset, and it's because the energy is really whipping a lot of people in the ass right now.
Yeah, yeah. It's funny you say that because it's like I really feel like in my spirit, like I'm set up to be famous in this lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, them well fuck saying La La Land, fuck it. I'm in the spirit. Fuck it. You get what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? I really feel
Yeah.
because I had a dream about me being famous.
Mm-hmm.
Like dead
Probably
ass, I
gets
went to sleep and had a dream
yeah.
about me being famous talking. Like,
It's
you get
because
what I'm
because
saying?
when you help yourself, then you can help others. It's not about like oh don't look at how I'm going to be famous. What I'm going to do. All you got to do is help yourself overcome overcome the battle within yourself, and then you can teach people and be famous off of that. So just be
Right.
you, and then you can teach people how you be you, and that's where you get That's what's going to be your content. That's going to be your thing. Not, oh, I got to do this, I got to do that. Even if it is something you have to do, you overcoming and being you is going to give you the idea to make something. So let's just say you're going to make the next hoverboard or some other type of shit, hydrogen, gasoline thing. You'll get the idea once you overcome that. So you overcoming and being you is going to give you the ideas you need to go on. So that's why I say everything is within you already. It's not, don't feel like you got to research this. I got to look up this. I got to study this. I'm not saying don't do that. If you feel called to do that, then do that. But everything is it's about working smarter, not harder. The more harder you work, the more you're gonna waste time. The more you're not gonna get ahead. This is why a lot of people are they feel stuck right now. They say, "Oh, how do I? I'm working this shitty job and I'm making crumbs and I can't get ahead." And it's because they're doing it wrong. They're not.
Right. That, bro, that working smarter, not harder shit. Like, I just thought about something like, bro, and this is a day and age where you could dead ass make money without getting a job. Like,
Mm-hmm.
You could do Uber, DoorDash. Like, I'm like, bro, what? It's like, bro, like, I understand working a job, do what you gotta do. But at the
Yeah.
same time, it's like I know people complain about these jobs and not having enough money, but like this is like the first time ever in history where you could like dead ass work 2 to 3 side hustles and it's like completely legal and like not no
Yeah.
drug dealer shit. Like,
Exactly. And then the thing is though, it's also like because me like a lot of reasons people are behind though because a lot of people they have a lot of bills and desires, and they can't afford them. There's nothing wrong with having a lot of bills and things you like to do, but if you can't afford them, then you're gonna have to go through a stage of where you're not utilizing so much things that you don't need. You have to cut some stuff out. So that's how you get yourself ahead is trying to save money and not waste money on shit and then build yourself up from there. But when you're in alignment with self, then it's a lot easier because you know a lot of shit isn't healthy for you. You're not distracted because a lot of people they're miserable, so they have to distract themselves with pleasures, going to the movies, getting drunk, getting high, all this other bullshit, and then that's what takes their money out. But they're doing it because they feel like they gotta live to be something. But when you're in alignment, you have a mission and you know what the hell you're supposed to be doing, then it's easy to just say fuck those distractions because you know whatever you're going is gonna get you there. And when you do that and you sacrifice certain shit, you get to where you want to get to a lot quicker.
it's funny you said, oh, a lot of these people are drunk, depressed at the bar. And it's like it's funny because I wasn't drunk and depressed at the bar. And like I met a whole new connections and shit, which is like, damn, for some people like me, I probably need to go outside more and do and do that
That's what
shit.
I'm saying. It, exactly like when I was like it's weird how people say that, like
You
you
hear
know
me?
how you have people like talking about how I can't get women or I can't meet no connects or I just nothing goes on. Like it's funny because like when I was homeless years ago, I was homeless living on the street and living in like the shelter and shit. And I got more like attract. I got more women and more situations and more connects and how to make money than when I was just living in the house with my parents. And the reason I was homeless is because I actually didn't give a fuck because they wanted me to work and I didn't want to work. And I was like, I didn't mind actually being homeless. If my dad actually told me to come stay with him, I didn't want to stay with him because I knew he was going to make me do shit. And I actually liked being on like doing like so. But I ended up going and staying with him. This was like a few years ago. And when I was on the street, and I was just staying like where I was doing, like I would stay at a friend's house and shit, but I actually attracted more like situations and ways to make money and connects. Like it's weird. Like you just you got to put yourself out there. That's the thing, and I feel like the spirit did that to me because when I was on the street, I needed a way to make money, and then like literally the first day, is like I don't want to tell all my shit on here, but I just found ways to make money without even needing to work. I made more money when I was doing that than when I was living. And even like how I set myself up today in certain ways, I got different ways I make money, but some of the ways like I set myself up is because when I was homeless, I met certain connects. Like the first day I was homeless, I met this one dude, and he held put me on to certain shit for me to make money, and like it wasn't selling drugs, but like he just different things, and I never had that experience. So when you push yourself in certain energies, things start happening differently. Like it's hella weird.
Yeah, 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 bro. It's like I know for your spiritual path, you probably like, you know, but like my North Node is in the 11th house, so like
Okay.
I need to be talking
Connected.
to people.
I,
Yeah.
I, I have a that's Saturn North Node, because Saturn is ruled by the 11th house, and I have a Aquarius stellium, Venus,
Hmm.
Saturn, and Mars in Aquarius in the 11th house. Well, it's in the 6th house, but it's in Aquarius, and I have a North Node in Capricorn. So,
Hmm.
like, yeah, my when it comes to my North Node, I gotta pretty much put feelings aside and just go out there and do shit and like be. That's why I say like everyone has a different path. Like me, when it comes to practical things in reality, I have to be more so in tune with that. Like doing things practical, because it's an Earth sign, it's Capricorn, so I have to be doing shit like that. And it just weird. I just remember Saturn squares my North Node this year. This
Yeah,
Saturn
right.
is square, yeah, squaring my North Node. So I got that. That's gonna bring a lesson, and I gotta really be on my shit now because it's squaring my
Right.
North Node. My this Saturn and
Right,
this Sun
right.
Saturn.
Cause like in my North Node, in my South Node, like really, even though I got a South Node of Scorpio, that's like that loner energy, that popular loner energy. But
No, if you have a North Node in the 11th house,
yeah.
so that's a cool. Is that the house or the sun's the sign?
Oh, I got a North Node in 11th house.
So that's you have a
N-
North Node in Aquarius.
No, I got North Node of Taurus.
Okay. You have North Node in Taurus. Okay, that's different. Okay, so you have North Node in Taurus. So because you said 11, then you said your South Node was in Scorpio. So I was like, Scorpio is not opposite of Aquarius. Okay, so it's in Taurus. So yeah, but yeah, you have an Earth site too, like me. But yours is like about. But see, when it comes to material, money, and stability, you gotta strive more so for stability, and you can get that by linking up networking. So you should network with a lot of people. Like you said about like if you were like homeless down bad, let's say your parents kicked you out, you were homeless. You can link the universe will probably set you up in a situation so you can link up with people, and they'll probably give you a place to stay and shit. So,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
if you down bad and you need somewhere, you gotta. But you should learn to link up with people as well. And you linking up, people could probably help you. Like if you down bad, but then at the same time, it's a North Node, so it still can have problems because your spirits kind of could be kind of scared, or it's in this new territory. So you may have it may have if it's too much, you don't want to get too much in it because it'd be too problematic. Yeah,
yeah,
like yeah, because with the North Node, you don't want to be too much in it or too much out of it. Because you go too much in the North Node, it can even create a situation where it's like a tower. It's like I don't want to say tower moment because fuck all that stupid Masonic shit. It could be a very negative situation. Just like if you or hold on for a second. Yeah, give me a minute to stereo. I'll be right
I'm
back. The
good.
door is ringing. All right, I'm back.
Yeah.
Yeah, just have some of my watermelon. But yeah, man, that shit was crazy. But what were you saying?
I was saying like my North Node, through my experience, I know it's like to make money and stuff like that,
Oh yeah.
gain gain structure and stability, but it's still the 11th house, right? From my
Hmm.
experience, like I also got my moon in my 11th house.
Yeah, and the 11th house also rules social media, internet, online, making money online. So Taurus is making money. 11th house is the internet, social media. So, like you said, you the content creation and all that. That's another that's 11th house, content creation, social media, internet, and then it's Taurus, it's stability, it's money. So you can make money from that.
Right, right, right. I was about to
So,
just say that, like I was about to just say that, like it
hmm.
really, I was about to just say it really rules online and social connection. So,
Yeah,
so
it really rules anything innovative and new, but technology is innovative and new, so we correlated with that because like 11th house will always be here, and we like so. I just want to make it like get it out so you don't get confused and like thinking it's just because you don't want to give power to these Jews and Masons to make them think that they don't control shit. If they didn't have their system here, Aquarius and that 11th house energy will still be here. So there'll
yeah,
always be something representative. Technology wasn't here.
right, right. It'll be something new.
Yeah.
And what I was about to say, oh yeah, my it's Aries 11th house, but um, uh, I got my moon. I'm a moon in Taurus,
Okay,
so
Moon and
yeah.
Taurus.
So
Yeah.
like my North Node is like a cusp between Taurus and Aries,
Okay.
but I don't know if a North Node could be a cusp. So I just it says Taurus, South
Hmm.
Node Scorpio, but some of it said like it's a cusp, but it's really more Taurus.
Okay. Yeah.
Hmm.
So that's your North Node. It's like a cusp with Aries and Taurus. That's kind of is that your Moon or your North Node? That's a cusp.
That's my North Node. That's a cusp. My moon is in Taurus, like full Taurus, like 20
Okay. Okay.
degrees,
Okay.
21 degrees. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So you got like a lot of Taurus energy, pretty much you're dealing with.
Hmm.
So yeah, so that's what I'm saying. You gotta like you're mainly about getting your shit like situated, more so earth sign. So like too much spirituality and too much. I don't even want to say that because, like I said, I don't want to put too much, but you want to be more so balanced in terms of like reality and what you can see in your structure stability. You don't want to be too much into like that spiritual realm too much. The shit that just sounds good, but can you bring it to reality and do something? Because that's something I noticed. Like even with me, like a lot of the things that help me out the most, especially being North Node and Cancer in Capricorn, a lot of things that help me out the most are like practical shit, like take care of my health. Because I watch spiritual channels, be like, oh man, the spiritual information, I gotta take it this all this in. But then the more deeper I watch a lot of these spiritual channels, the more it's like I don't want to say the information isn't good or I can't apply nothing from. This is me personally. It's more so like the energy is um like I don't. It's like I can't really apply it, and like there's nowhere for me to apply it to. But when I do the most practical things, like fasting, taking care of my health, or getting certain things organized that really don't even take spirituality, just common sense. That's where
Hmm.
I notice I get ahead more. And not to say because I'm really connected spiritually, like I'm really connected, and I could go on about different spiritual experiences I have, but like I feel like when I do shit like fasting, qigong, energy work, it opens me up to things that I already know. Like I don't need to pretty much like be so much into learning the new spiritual thing versus I already know it and I need to just focus on unblocking the energy. Like the knowledge is within me, but I know it's like the more I do the energy work, the more I remember and I can just release the blockages and get the information and versus me needing to go and learn about all these things. Like I think I'm beyond that. I think I've done that before. And I just gotta like focus on getting my shit in order. Because the more energy work I get, it's like look for example, like when my energy is very vibing high, and when I'm doing qigong and it's extremely I'm on these long fasts, I get the same type of like effect as like when I was like back in my days when I was drinking and I would like take drugs, like not a drug but like pills, and I would drink. Like every time when I used to drink and take pills, I used to become very aware and just have a lot of like knowledge and shit. And like it's like it was a shortcut for me to know. That's one thing about me when I always used to get high and get drunk. I used to be extremely intelligent and extremely just know certain shit. That's one of the reasons I like to get high and get drunk because I used to be very smart. But then that was like a shortcut, and like the spirit cut that away from me. So like I couldn't do that. It didn't want me doing that. So when I do like the when I like do the hard work, like the fasting, the energy work, I get that, but even more. So like it made me realize that's why I used to like to get drunk a lot. It's because it used to make me more intelligent, very confident. I used to be able to talk a good game and like the mouth play everything. So
Mhm.
it's just I don't know that's something I realized. So it made me realize like a lot of my
That
a
boy
lot of
was a
the
drunk Rizzler.
you say what?
I said that boy was a drunk Rizzler.
For real, like I don't know, it just made me more intelligent. Like it always, the only thing that made me kind of less intelligent and more down would be weed. But when it was like alcohol and like pills, I used to be more so like just on it more, like intelligent and more smarter, and that wasn't good. That's why I couldn't even really do that shit at all because it will. That's what make me want to do it is because I used to be able to be more intelligent and come up with ideas and do shit whatever I'm doing, even like
Right.
those ways of me making money, and it wasn't good. So like I noticed I could cultivate that by doing energy work, but it's even more potent and more powerful, and it's lasting and it's stronger than just doing it, and it's not unhealthy, but
Right.
it takes more work, and it's like it's more like it ain't easy as compared to just getting into your desires and doing bullshit.
Right. Right. And like I ain't gonna cap like man, fuck dumbass bitches too, cause like there was situations where oh I'm North Node Forest in the second. Oh, that's what's
Oh yeah,
up. I
shout out
got
to
in the
Jackie New
yeah. But like
and shout out to
yeah,
LE.
yeah, once I started going outside, like it seemed like it seemed like my North Node was like the way my North Node plays out is like I need to go to a bar. I need to start. You get what I'm saying? It's like even though I flunked out, but it's like
Probably not a
because
bar, just
it's
any
like
place.
public
Yeah, out in public or this. You don't feel like you gotta go to a bar if you want to go to a bar, but like just I know what you mean. Just you want to go out and
bar.
do just go out in public and go out and do shit, and
Yeah,
that's kind of how
yeah. Go
yeah, that's kind of how my shit is. Like me, when I go out in public, I'm more so. It's like things just happen to me more. Like I open up some type of energy portal where like situations just happen. But when I'm indoors and I'm behind closed doors, like nothing happens.
right, 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 right. That's what happens with me. And like I was like, okay, I need to realize that. But don't get me wrong, I will be that popular loner real quick. Like just walk by myself, say fuck it, I'm not.
Yeah, that's what we got to just get out of that. And see, even Jackie knew she said she has a north node and Taurus in the second house, so that's a physical sign as well. So things you have to do, you want to be more like practical. You don't want to get too lost into like concepts that really don't even really serve you. Like too much like all this new age stuff that not saying it's not important, but
Hmm.
it's just a lot because a lot of reasons people watch a lot of that new age is for entertainment. That's why you'll see a lot of people talking about crystals and how they protect you from bad energy. But yet, when you walk out in public and you see most of these spiritual people, they have nothing but bad energy. So obviously, they're not
Hey,
really applying it.
let
It's
me
just
let me tell you. This is another thing. Let me tell you who's like who you really see that's spiritual and you don't like. You probably won't even notice it. If you just see people coming up to them and they're like, if you just see people coming up to them and stuff like that, not only that, and if you see people hustling, that's the real spiritual people.
oh yeah,
Cause, cause
exactly.
I'm coming from experience. Like the real spiritual people are people who are hustling, and you see people coming up to them, like
Hmm.
you'll feel the energy. But yeah,
Yeah, go ahead.
I said the real spiritual people are people who are hustling, and then people will just randomly come up to them.
Mm. Yeah, exactly. Because when you're looking at somebody, even when you look at somebody who is, like you said, hustling, they may not know it all, but like you said, with the actions they're doing, because you could always, it's easier to put yourself in a position to realize some shit than it is to actually go up and do some shit. Like this is why you'll see a lot of people who may be spiritual, but they're not actually doing no work. But then you'll see somebody who's actually out there doing work, but then they may not be spiritual. But yet, which will be easier, somebody to get the knowledge and to real, because if you're out in the field doing the work, it's easier at that point because you have more experience. Even though you may not be as spiritual, you could still be hip to game unless you just want to be ignorant. But it's easier to go from that level of it being in the field to get information and realize that because you had more mistakes, you learn more than somebody who just has all this knowledge but they're not applying. Because this is why you see a lot of the spiritual community, like they're not really, it's all like it's like another religion. It's like faith without works, like the Bible. And like you got a lot of religious people go to church and they just go and pray, but they're not actually doing nothing. Like that's the same with the spiritual community. They're not really doing nothing to like other than just watching videos and just being deep. But so
Right,
like when I see you see like a hustler, like somebody who's hustling, they're out in the field, they're actually doing something, and then they're putting themselves in a position to create more change. Like somebody who's in the hood hustling, they could take care of their community, get them their community in a better position than somebody who just like. So you right about that, exactly.
right, and that's why the ninth house rules experience, and this the third house rules like kind of like knowledge. Gemini, okay, Gemini,
Mm-hmm.
okay. I'm
It
well,
was like trivial knowledge, like because the ninth house is more like knowledge, spiritual knowledge, and esoteric, deeper wisdom, which is third house is more so like trivial earth, like trivial knowledge stuff that's like
trivial
fucking
knowledge.
Jeopardy type knowledge. You know, Jeopardy. I actually found
Jeopardy,
that not like
Jeopardy type
previous,
knowledge.
like
Look, I look at the spiritual community as freaking goddamn trivial knowledge. Like, come on, man. And then niggas who are actually
and a
doing out
lot of
here,
it is not even really like true. Like a lot of it is mainly from Masons and books. Like if you look at the whole New Age, is nothing but Masonic books that it's like it's no really no different than like religion, like a Bible. And then people
right,
will, the reason people look at it like it's something greater than the Bible is because they're like, well, I've got my life better from it. That's all. If you look at all the people who look at spirituality as like these books that these Mason wrote as like something bigger than like the Bible, like it's because they base it on that it made their life better. But you got to understand, like you can make your life better without even being spiritual or religious. A lot of the times these people say, "Oh, it helped me get out of doing drugs. The Bible helped me not do crime because I got out of jail and I got off drugs." But it's like you don't need the Bible to tell you that. You don't need spirituality to tell you that. You just needed it. So you got to look at like what is the spirituality really do? What is that stuff really doing? And then when you look at a
yo,
lot of the content. Go ahead.
yo. The last time I spoke with a spiritual trick, I dead ass called her phone, and she said, "Stop calling me before I call the cops." What the?
That's what I'm saying.
These
Like a
chicks
lot,
be
a, a
these
lot.
chicks be crazy.
That's what I'm saying. Like a lot of these spiritual like people, not even just females, the people in general, they'd be more mentally unstable than people who aren't spiritual. Because, like I said, like when you really look at it, like every person, even every person I see online that's like a female, that's a spiritualist, that's really hard in it for the most part. When I see them, they'll be single with no man, and they will make something like it's a good thing. Like they'll be like, "Oh, I don't have no man because no man." Like they don't say this, but the way they act is like no man can deal with me or no man's on my level. And then because they're all
Yeah,
low vibrational, but then when you really look at it, that's a problem because like it's not that because there are men out there that they would date. Otherwise, she'll be a lesbian. So she's not a
yeah,
lesbian because she sees men, but those men don't want her. And the only men, so like that's really what the problem is. The men most women want, those men don't want them. It's like somebody who fucking has $1,000 and somebody who has $0. The person with zero
yeah.
The person with $0 wants 3 pairs of shoes, and the person with 1,000 doesn't want it. It's like
Yeah,
the bitch wants what she can't have. That's all it does. Like that's all it really
yeah,
comes down to. It's all like a
yeah,
it's,
yeah. It's funny you say that because like I looked at her repost on TikTok because like I was
mhm.
trying to mess with a chick. We was messing with each other and then she like started acting weird. And then I saw what her repost was on TikTok. It was like some dumbass Masonic like spirituality crap. And then I looked in like her repost and it was like depression posts and shit like that. Oh, some goddamn. It was like some GMO shit. Like, oh, I want this man to be obsessed with me. I was like, what the hell is going on? Like, is this? This is not even real life. Like
Yeah.
this chick is. Mhm, go ahead.
Yeah, like I get like that, this is why I don't like I wouldn't even want to date no spiritual female. Not to say I don't want nobody who's spirit who knows the because what you want is somebody who is on your resonates with your frequency, who's doing what you're doing and can support what you're doing. That's what you want. People say, well, I'm trying to find somebody spiritual, and then there'll be people who maybe they don't come off like as so-called spiritual, and they'll push them to the side, which is like, no, you don't want to do that because you could be dealing with somebody who's a good person. I would rather deal with somebody who may not be into spirituality, but they have good morals and they have common sense, and you can they're easier to deal with than somebody who's spiritual but everything is low vibrational. But
Bro,
those people, every person that says everything is low vibrational, their whole life is low vibrational. Because if you're actually happy with yourself as a human being, you would not be attracting what you call as low vibrational. So if everything is low vibrational, then there's something wrong with you. Like you see everything low vibrational, bitch. You don't see nothing positive. That's a you problem. Like I don't even want to be
yo,
around that.
yo, for real. And it's like it's crazy because like this chick, I was fucking with this chick, and then like she started acting weird, and then like she started hitting me with that that GMO goddamn feminist brain where it's like, oh, like some goddamn calling the cops top shit. Like
Yeah.
he hit me with that, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm blocking this chick because it's like at first we was talking, and then she said I got good energy, this, that, and the third, and
Mm-hmm.
then for whatever dumbass reason, like shit started getting weirder and weirder,
Yeah.
and it's like when shit started getting weirder and weirder, I was like, all right, like I kept on calling her just to test the water a little bit, but this time just drew the line to me where it was like, okay, where she was like threatening to call the cops on me and shit. I was like, yo, I'm not fucking with that. Like, why the fuck is your
Yeah.
head even in that type of mindset? And we
It's
was fucking with each
crazy.
other. We was fucking with each other. I was like, what the fuck? What like why would you even go to that far to that
You,
extent?
you look at that as a fortunate event because imagine not to say you would have imagine if you had kids with her, or imagine if you let her move into your house or something would have went and then she started acting like that, it would have blown up even more. So it's good she showed you that because it showed you that she's not mentally there, so she doesn't need to be with any man. At the end of the day, she needs to just be alone by herself until she gets her own shit right. And I'm not saying that she shouldn't be with a man. Like she can go and get with one, but she's only gonna attract a man that she's gonna say I'm gonna call the cops on,
Well,
or she's gonna attract a man that she's gonna have to call the cops on
well, like she
because he's gonna beat the fuck out her ass.
yeah, well, like, well, a dude already beat the shit out of her. Like,
That's what I'm saying. Like it's funny you say you serious? That really happened? You know that, or you
yeah,
just
she
saying
told
it?
me. No, I'm dead ass. She told me she got
So,
beat on.
see, I'm told you that I'm right. I'm right. Like, I just pretty much, I said she was gonna either attract the man that she's gonna say that she has to call the cops, or attract the man that she's gonna have to call the cops because he's gonna whoop her upside of her ass. And I just predicted it because a human being can only think and project a certain amount of things. So if a person is acting a certain way, it's coming from somewhere. So you can automatically be okay. This bitch is mentally ill. She has something going on with her. And it's funny how you said that. That's probably why. And then I bet you that when she was in the relationship with that guy, I bet you most of the third parties looking out, looking in, will say, "Oh, that guy's an abuser." And I'm not saying it's good to hit women. It's not. And he probably is. He probably needs to go to jail, whatever. But the thing is, though, is like what was she doing to manifest that or to make that situation a reality? And you can't put too much fault on the man, because if she were to say that to you and you were being nice to her, she was a guy was being disrespectful to her and she allowed that to happen. So it just shows you that when negative things happen to people, most of the time, I'll say 9 out of 10 times, when negative things happen, that person attracts it, and that's something that they need to learn. Not like, oh, it's like that somebody's out to get them and they deserve to get punished. It's a lesson. Like her getting slapped upside the head was supposed to probably tell her, like, get your shit right, do what you got to do so you don't attract this. But now, since she didn't attract that, she attracted you, which nothing wrong with you, but she's seen something wrong in her, which is really herself. She had a problem. This is why I say, you don't want to deal with any of these females out here unless like they have their mind right. And I'm not, and it's not about like MGTOW and red pill, because a lot of people say, oh, if you're a red pill, you're a MGTOW. I'm like, oh, you're not gonna get me lost up in that fucking shit. You're not gonna forget that. Like, I understand we don't want to hate women and vice versa. I'm not for feminism and men hate women hating men. That's not good. But then
Mm-hmm.
at the same time, we're not gonna fucking act like majority of females out here, and men too, are mentally fucking batshit crazy and have trauma. We're not gonna forget that, and we're not gonna sit there and act like that doesn't exist, because that's reality. That's something we go out and we experience. Yeah, there's people in good relationships, and I'm speaking for the Western world, because when you go out to other countries that aren't Western, it's not as bad. And I've seen it because I went to Nigeria before. How the women treat people differently. Even people, my friends that were so-called from India, people I was cool, they're from India. The women, they act a little bit more like different. Other countries are not as. That's why you see people want to go to Thailand, and I'm not saying that's the solution, but there's a problem in the Western world. I've noticed, especially with the American women, it's some type of programming and some type of damageness that's been caused, and that's the thing. I'm not saying to hate women or to be against women, but recognize there is a problem, and even there's a problem with men too, because people are traumatized just living in America. But i'm not
Right.
gonna i'm not gonna act like there's not no problem.
Nah,
There is
yeah,
no issue.
you hit it on the nail. And then when I called her out about it, like the problem fixed itself. Like her friends started blocking me. She already had me blocked, but it was like it was like some shit where I was like, yeah, bro,
And you were
I'm
you
not
already
fuck.
sleep you already sleeping with her and everything. It was like you already were fucking with her and shit.
Yeah,
And then she
I was
still
like,
did this. So that's what I'm saying. That's weird, like hella weird.
nah, bro. It was like some shit where it's like, bro. It's just too much weirdness. Like
Hmm.
it was like damage energy. Like, yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Like people like that. That's what I'm saying. Like it's just a lot of. It's crazy. And it's funny because like what you said, I hear a lot of stories from dudes like that and shit. And a lot of stories like this, all of a sudden it's a problem, or they try threaten to call the police. And I'm like, it's just weird. Like if you don't want to deal with somebody, like just don't deal with them. But when you start threatening to call the police, like that's when I'm like, okay, that's just doing too damn much. That's
yeah,
doing too
yeah,
much.
yeah, bro. But yeah, that's been my crazy experience throughout. You know.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm gonna head out.
All right then, though. Shout out to
Uh,
Mysterio. Peace out.
oh yeah, email. I'm gonna drop my email.
Oh yeah, drop the email. You leave it in the comment or you leave it in the chat, and I'll
I'm gonna leave
send
in.
you
I'm
that.
gonna leave in a comment. Okay, bet.
Okay. All right then. Yeah. Shout out to Mysterio. But I'm probably about to head out pretty soon. But yeah, I'm glad Mysterio came and gave his little testimony. That's really good. He talked about the Qigong and how it's. How I'm surprised he's actually still doing it. Like I still do. I do it probably like 4 or 5 times a week, but I also do breath work as well to make up for that. The times I don't, because breath work is just as powerful, and that's something like, because it's not like breath work is more powerful or the qigong is all building energy, but like I'm doing what we're like the breath work. It works for me because if I'm out and about and I can't do qigong, I can do my breath work, and it's just as powerful because it's still so it's not like, if anything, breath work, qigong, yoga is all part of building energy. There's just different forms and different versions of it. When you're doing qigong, you're breathing in like every movement. you're breathing in and out. So it's breath work as well. But the breath work is more focused inwardly. So shout out to Mysterio. I don't want to say it's more focused. It's all the same, but because the qigong you're actually building is different, but the breath work you're cleansing out like the lungs and bringing the energy in within the body. But yeah. But I'm probably gonna head out soon, guys. Already dropped the link. I'm sure somebody would have joined if they wanted to join. But I think I said everything. Make sure I got everything. I don't want to really repeat the same thing over and over because me and Mysterio were just going in. But yeah, I'm actually be doing a breathwork video probably in a couple days when I start my fast. I'm gonna do a breathwork video. I'm gonna do a yoga video. So it's a very easy one because yoga is not just stretching. I'm realizing like when you want to do yoga, like you just move your limbs in circles, move your head, and just moving your body like that as well as stretching it. I find it works a lot better. Like for my neck, when you just do like slow circular motion, just do this for as long as you can. I try to do it for at least 20 to 30 minutes. That may be too much for you guys, but I do it for a long time. And after that I just stretch my neck out, hold this pose for as long as I can. Hold that pose. That gives me a good stretch. And you'll find after like a few workouts, your neck starts becoming more in alignment. Like your neck sits, it's like your neck is a pillar and you feel like your head is centered more when you do that workout and you do it every day. So shout out to everybody in the room. I'm probably gonna end this live stream. I'll probably be back a little bit later. But I'm out. Peace.